Ladies and germs, I want to give a big welcome to today's video guest. We know him as America's son. We also know him as the primordial master of disguise. He's also huge in Japan. They love him in Japan. We got the dude who loves movies. Cody, first of all, congratulations on your 1,000 subscribers. I mean, how much did that cost you?
Man, if I knew where I could buy viewers, I'd be up with you.
Well, it's possible. You can do it.
I know. Well, that's what I hear, but I don't know. I would rather have like loyal 50 people watching my stuff and then having no people watch my stuff, you know.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you. I'm very happy for you. And I'm glad to have you on the show today, man. Now, Cody, when I think of it's funny because whenever you meet people on YouTube, you know, you start talking and then you get friendly with them, and then you kind of see and figure out what you kind of bond with that person with. And I definitely think me and you have bonded over television because I feel like that's what we've talked about the most and what we've gotten into the most. And safe to say that you were a big sitcom guy growing up.
Yeah, I still am a big sitcom guy. So there's a show that just came back. It's called Night Court. I used to like the old Night Court, but the new Night Court is like, it's not good at all. But I still try to watch it just because it's that nostalgia kick, and it's just nice to hear like the audience and stuff like that. It's it's like it just reminds you of a simpler time. Like the '90s to me was the golden era of sitcoms. And it was just like, you know, like every night was a different, you know, like must see TV Thursday, you had Seinfeld and Friends, and then Sunday you had The Simpsons, and it was like it was always there for you, you know. So it's just something I've always liked and really related to, and it's an art form that's going away.
That I talked about that maybe a while ago, and I couldn't agree more. I feel like when we were growing up, this was destination television, these shows, right? I mean, it was truly a part of Americana, if you will. I mean, and these shows had a grip on people. I remember my mom being devastated when Friends was ending. And I think she took, I don't know if she took, she made sure, I just remember she was like, we can't do anything. We can't make plans tonight. It's the final episode. What was this, 2001 when it ended?
2005, I believe.
Okay. Yes. It was early 2000.
Yeah. 2004, 2005, I believe.
And dude, it was, I mean, to think that my mom would say something like that today, it would never come out of her mouth. I can't imagine her saying, this is the last episode of this. We can't. First of all, half of these shows today, Cody, you don't even know they're going to end because it's just, oh, well, Netflix isn't doing a new season. So you can't even really build to a climax.
Yeah. And they also, like when they do start shows, they don't give them time to cook, so to say. Like Seinfeld did so bad the first like 5-6 episodes, and then they just kept at it and tweaking things. So if you watch like the first 5 episodes, it's totally different. So it's funny to watch it and be like, oh, these characters aren't the characters you know and love. But then once you get on, they gave it the time to grow and develop to where we have it now. These companies are just like, nope, it's done.
When did you start buying sitcoms on home video? Was this something that you purposely did, or like when do you recall getting into this sort of thing?
So when they were coming out, so like I remember it would be every Tuesday at 10 a.m. I'd go to Best Buy, and I don't know about your place, but like back in like 2005 or so, you would go in and there'd just be tables and tables of new releases, and I would just go and I would buy everything that looked interesting to me. Because back then I would see everything in theaters, I'd watch everything on TV, and that was the time where you could watch everything. Now it's you can't. It's impossible to watch everything just because there's 80,000 things out there. Back then there was like you had 10 to choose from. So a lot of these are things that like people have not, you know, like that they're really expensive on like on eBay, things that kind of went out of print real quick. People don't even remember these things anymore, but I'm just so glad that I have them. And some of them are like I bought, there's one piece in here that I have not seen, and it's a huge show, but I'm sure I'm going to like it. And that's why I bought it. But everything I bought here is something I knew I was interested in, and then I would watch it. So So it may have not been something I saw at the time, but then I got, so like yeah, like we can go over when we get to it. But yeah, there were certain things where I didn't see, but I knew I wanted to see it, so I bought it.
Right. So Cody, let me ask you this before we jump into this. So what this is, guys, is, I did a video a few weeks ago where I showed off my collection of TV sitcoms on home video. And a lot of you guys were saying, "Oh, Christian, they made this release for this show. Oh, Christian, they did this for this show." And I was like, you know what? I remember Cody had some of these cool ones. It would be great if I could pimp him out on my channel and we can look at some of these. And I got to tell you, you've got stuff I've never seen before, which is going to be really cool.
Yeah, and what sucks about these, like some of them, like, dude, I think it's my Dexter set. It's either my Dexter set or something else. It's like 30 pounds. So it's like a lot of these I have yeah, it's crazy. Like these don't fit on the shelf. So yesterday when I was, because I keep them like toted up in like closets and stuff, just because there's no room for them. That's how big and like gaudy they are, but I love it. So like I was going through stuff and I was like, dude, I forgot I had this. Let me show this. So I have, give or take,
it's gonna be a good
things. Yeah, like
perfect
20 things.
Now, Cody, this last thing I want to ask, okay? And I need you to go into the comments after this video comes out, and you're gonna give people a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'm gonna ask you what's the greatest sitcom of all time. You're gonna give me an answer. I'm gonna tell you my answer, and you can tell me thumbs up. Now in the chat, I want you to drop your favorite sitcom of all time. Cody's gonna look through the comments and he's going to see your answer. But Cody's a professional. Cody has a PhD in sitcom television. Cody's going to give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down on your answer. Cody, my answer is Roseanne. Is that a thumbs up or a thumbs down show?
It's a thumbs up show for sure.
Okay.
It's in my top 10 favorite sitcoms of all time.
It's so relatable, right? I mean, I was a middle class family. It was everything to me. What is your favorite sitcom of all time? I mean, number one, you have to pick. No ties, just number one.
So I'm going to say The Simpsons. If you count that as a sitcom. Some people don't, but it is a sitcom. It's still going. It still gets good ratings, even though I feel like nobody watches it but me. I still watch it. I've watched it. It's been alive. It's been around as long as I've been alive. So my whole life, 7:00 on Fox on Sunday nights. That's where it's at. So
is the show still quality? I mean,
I think so. I mean, like, yes, there are some episodes where I'm just like, all right, because like a lot of times they'll reference stuff that I don't know anymore. Like the last Treehouse of Horror, they did some kind of it was like some kind of like Japanese horror thing. So I didn't really know what it was, like a cartoon kind of thing, like a dark blue, but something else. I forgot what it was. It was like something where Lisa would write
Midnight Blue.
It would be something where like Lisa would write a note about somebody she didn't like, and then they would die. Like a horrible death. So it was weird, but it
sounds great.
Yeah. It was a cool episode, but I was like, man, I have no idea what they're referencing. But obviously the 90s Simpsons are the best. And then on it just gets a little blurry, but I've seen every single episode and there's a lot of episodes.
All right, that's fantastic. So Cody, let me make sure your screen's big. What I want to do today, guys, is we're going to look at the premiere box sets for so many of these shows. And Cody's going to take us down memory lane. And Cody, show us all the features. I think the people really like to see how the discs get housed. Is that the word?
Yeah. And
in these releases.
Yeah. And like, I didn't bring any new stuff, like, like the stuff where they like stack on each other, because I don't think those are quality stuff. So I did not bring any of that. And they're not really cool to show. Like I have a Workaholics set, but they're all like stacked on each other. So
okay.
I didn't.
Well, what are we gonna look at first, Cody? What are we gonna look at first?
Let's start out with something I know you like.
Okay. You got the elf with the telephone?
Actually, I did bring an elf. Where did it go? I have them all over the place in this room, just because some of them are so big and heavy. But I don't. So me and you both have the new elf. But do you remember this old elf?
No. Oh no! Yes. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
When did this come out?
This was
probably
2000. I cannot. It says 2017.
Really?
Yes. I swear I've had this longer than 2017. But then again, in my mind, 2018 was just 2 years ago. So
Wow, look at this.
Yeah, let's see if we can open this bad boy.
It's like, and the thing about these shows for me, for the audience guys, is it always making me spend money. Look at, they did a Ninja Turtles box like that where it's
They did. Yeah, so the Ninja Turtles ones, they were like seasons, just random seasons like this. Some like they weren't uniformed, so I did not get those. But
yeah, I
this,
did a
yeah,
whole video about that. Look at that.
and then these.
Now I've seen those DVD releases, but they were
Mhm.
chunkier.
Chunkier, yeah. So it has all the seasons here. The cool thing about the Scream Factory one, which I don't have here with me, but it's newer, and I know that you've shown it off
People have
before.
seen it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that has like the TV show, I believe, or obviously the TV show,
The
cartoon,
animated TV
the
show.
animated, and it has the movies in it, or the movie. So that's what drew me to that. I remember getting real excited when I saw that Scream Factory or Shout Factory was releasing it, and then I saw that it was only DVD. I was like, so I really debated on if I should get it or not, just because I already had this one.
How do you feel about some of these shows coming to higher definition? Do you think it's, I mean, is that something you're into? Because it sounds like you were.
Yeah, I would love to have these on Blu-ray. Like there are like a show like Workaholics. Every season came out on Blu-ray, except for the last season was DVD. So when they made their half-ass box set, it was all DVD because they didn't want to spend the money to make the last season. So it was just like I don't like that. So it's like, do I buy them all separately and then just have this random one? So I bought that set because it was obviously like $30 compared to 20 each.
Right. All right, that Alf was cool. Damn, that's something I wouldn't order. I'm not going to order that online, but if I saw that, I would grab it at a store.
Yeah, see, and that's one of the things. If I had the Scream Factory one, I would not be getting that one, but I had that one first.
Yeah,
and the Scream Factory one came with some really cool stuff. So that's why I got the Scream, or I keep calling it Scream Factory. Shout Factory.
we know. Yeah, Shout Factory. Everybody says Scream Factory. We're used to that.
And then I know this is this beauty.
What is the timeline on this? Because everybody keeps telling me, Christian, you should have got the truck or the van. I never seen this before. Like, when did this come out?
So I got this later. I'm not sure when it came out, but I remember it was like maybe like 5 years after. So when this came, so first of all, when this came out, this was pretty expensive. And I remember around Christmas one year, like maybe 2017 or so, I was at Costco, and this was just sitting on their table for like $40.
What?
Yes. So I grabbed it, man.
No kidding.
But I haven't seen it since. It's weird. Like it disappeared for a couple years, and then I saw it on the table. I was like, okay, this is mine.
Let me ask you this, Cody. Costco, is that like a Sam's Club? You know what Sam's Club is?
Yeah. Yep.
Would you say it's the same kind of place?
Yeah, I would say it would be.
Okay.
I think aren't they owned by the same place?
I mean, maybe
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, like I have a Sam's, like I have to get a card. I have to pay a membership for.
You have to get. Yeah. So I hardly go there. Like, so I think like if a friend has it there and I'm going, or my sister, or like somebody I know is there. I go to Costco maybe once every 5 years. Probably the last time I was there, I found this. So that tells, dude. And so the last time I went, I ran into Justin Roberts, the announcer, and then
Really.
And then the time before that, I ran into
John Cena.
And then the time before that, I ran into Dolph Ziggler. So it's just like,
well, you better go back. Let's go. Hey man, you just bring a bunch of pictures of wrestlers and a Sharpie.
I'm just
run into flip. Oh, it's the Miz. Hold on, let me file through my papers. Here it is. Oh man.
But yeah, man, these are the discs. This is okay. The way that they
was there like foam in there separating them, or they just kind of have little ridges that they slide perfectly in?
They're foam ridges.
Oh, okay.
Now they'd be this wouldn't be put together well now.
So would this be something that you would be interested in yeah, that's so cool. I really like that. Would that be something that be interested in Blu-ray? Because I think they can do the cartoons in higher definition for sure.
I would definitely be interested in doing or buying this in Blu-ray, of course.
Do you know if they did a UK version of this and it's called Hero Turtles on the bus?
I don't know if I'd get that or not.
Do you have any merchandise that does have the Hero Mutant Ninja Turtles on it?
I don't.
Yeah.
It's all American stuff. But yeah, dude, the wheel like they even like
You can
it's
roll it
real,
around.
roll it around. I can drive it around town.
That's so cool. Yeah. Man, I love that show. I'll never forget. I was watching it when I was first going through the show, like 12, 14, 15 years ago. And then they had a Freddy Krueger ripoff show up, Creepy Eddie. And I was like, oh man, they know exactly what they're doing here. They're skirting around. His shirt was like red and gray with like a hint of green, just to avoid. They avoided every kind of copyright way they could get around it.
Yeah,
it was good stuff. Yeah, that's a cool box set, man. The Turtles one I know is a fan favorite. Is there any? Do you know if there was anything else wild that they did for the Turtles, or was that pretty much the cool box set that they did?
That I know of, that's it. But there could have been something else. It's very likely that something else happened.
Yeah. What else we got, man?
So this is actually one of my favorite sets.
Okay.
But I'll show it off soon. Here in the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's this is a really quality one. They have so many small touches for this King of Queen. So
I've never seen this in my life.
So first of all, you got Doug.
It's a short.
Yes. You got Doug and his IPS thing, and then you got,
the dad,
Arthur, and then you got Carrie and stuff in the front. But you know what's cool?
That is amazing.
Is that it opens up
like
and here are the seasons.
My god, dude, that is wicked. I legitimately went through the. I think I told you about that. Maybe was it? I think it was last year. Maybe last year around November, December, I went through the entire show.
Yeah, and then it's housed like this.
Oh man, dude, Leah Remini is like the perfect looking like wife, sexy wife during that show. She is amazing.
I think she looks better now. Like older.
she's still. Dude, was Leah Remini in Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
Okay.
When they worked in the there was like a season where they worked like on a beach or something, or
she was a biker chick, right?
No, she was a resort's daughter.
Who was the biker chick?
Owner. No, that was a girl named Tony, and she just kind of disappeared during the last.
Okay.
Like she kind of showed up when like Kelly and the Showgirls disappeared. Jesse disappeared for a season.
Elizabeth
Berkley. Yeah. So, anyways, I do want to show you this. This is a cool touch that I noticed yesterday.
Go ahead.
Do you see this right there? It's like a piece of cardboard to keep it.
It's got the pallet jack lift that you.
It's a pallet, man.
It's an actual pallet.
It's an actual pallet made out of like hard cardboard. These are details that they would not be putting in these box sets.
Tell me, when did you get that? This
has got to be around 2015. Like, so 2015, when a lot of these things stopped, when they stopped making a lot of these things, I went back and tried to get things that I didn't have.
Oh, so that was an eBay purchase.
Yes, and it wasn't that much yet.
Right. Do you have a favorite episode from King of Queens?
There's I love the one where he's where he plays softball. So he like all of a sudden he's like acting like he's like he's acting like he's the a lawyer. He has like they send him a limo and he's like working at the law firm. Have you seen that episode? That show cracks me up. There are so many great episodes of this show. It cracks me up. So a lot of people say that I remind, like in real life, I remind them of Doug, and I don't know if that's a compliment or not. But I think he's hilarious, so I take it as a compliment.
He's so funny. Remember the episode where they kicked the dad out the house finally, and then they show a shot of the newly designed sports bar room that they built down there.
Yeah,
it was so, dude. It looked like they sunk $50,000 into it, and then they go, let's just bring the old man back.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I was like, screw the old man. This place looks incredible.
Yeah, it's a great show.
The Doug would bring home pizza, and he's like, "Where'd you get that pizza from?" I can't eat that. And he just that place is evil. Like,
yeah, that guy was.
Man,
the guy was a legend.
Yeah,
yeah. So many great episodes too, and then we have this one's a newer one. This is actually a Blu-ray. This is Justified.
What is Justified about?
So Justified, he's a sheriff in a small town, like a backwoods kind of town. Like,
Okay.
like I can't remember where it's at.
We call those constables, Cody.
Yeah, it might even be in Louisiana, to be honest with you.
Oh, of course.
But what's cool about it comes with this flask, a Justified flask.
Oh my God. I love stuff like that, man.
Yeah, so they still make some cool stuff, but there has to be a reason. Like, I think this came out because it came out again. Like, now he's in like how like Dexter came back? Well, now he came back and I haven't seen the reboot yet, but yeah, it's it just opens up like this.
Oh man, so you've kept the flask. Just you haven't really messed with it much.
Yeah,
that seems like a nice sturdy box set.
It is. Yeah, it's like a
little magnetic,
magnetic, just like a Vinegar Syndrome.
Vinegar.
Yeah, Vinegar Syndrome.
Very very cool. So you like the show? It's a good show.
Yeah, it's a good show. Yeah, it's a great show.
I've never heard of Justified. Did it come on TV on a channel that you remember, or was it just a
FX?
FX. Okay. Okay. Very, very cool. What are we cooking now? Oh man, the Full House house.
Full House.
Is it annoying? Like, hey, I love the Full House house. You say that? You know, they have the box set at Walmart right now, but it's just a normal one. And I keep saying to myself, I'm gonna find some of these at Game Exchange one day. Like somebody's gonna bring these in. And I mean, I want the house, man.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? Okay, yeah. Yesterday I was like trying to figure out how to open this, and I couldn't figure out how to open this. It's been so long. Oh, here we go.
Oh, so the roof doesn't come off? You gotta
No, yeah, it just kind of pops up like that.
Oh, dude, yeah, those were popular for a while, those really skinny DVD cases.
Skinny DVD, yeah.
But they're pretty sturdy, aren't they? Like they feel like they can.
Yeah, and they list all the episodes, kind of like the old Tales from the Crypt.
Now, let me ask you this about this set, Cody. Let me get a good look at that set again. Is that what the house looked like? I thought the house was red. Am I losing my mind?
I think the house was white, but
Was
maybe
it white?
Maybe it was yellow. I don't know.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Now, where did you get this? Was this a store purchase or an online purchase?
This is a store purchase, wasn't it?
Really? I'm trying to imagine where they would house that on a shelf. Was that
just like
as well?
No, this was just like at a Best Buy, Like I think they just put them on the top shelf, or like I said, like back in the day, you'd walk in and like on Blu-ray Tuesday, on Tuesday when things would come out, man, they would just have tables and tables of things that were new releases and deals. Dude, they used to have a thing where like you would buy like a new release and you could pick from like 2 or 3 other movies and get them for $5.
No
so like
kidding.
I remember buying like Weekend at Bernie's for $5, So yeah.
That's so cool. Now, have you seen this show top to bottom, Full House?
Yeah.
Somebody told me, because I'm a really big Stacey Q fan. Somebody said, Christian, you remember seeing Stacey Q on Full House? I said, no, I don't. And like, yeah, there's an episode where one of them skips school and they see Stacey Q.
Yes. Yeah. I think they either go to the Stacey. I think they go to the mall or something.
I need to know. I don't know. I can't recall.
Yeah, I can't. It's been a while since I've seen the show.
I can't ask you to do that now, but I was thinking to myself, man, I wonder what year that was, because Stacey Q was really, really big in the middle 80s, but I don't think that show started until 88.
It started 86, I believe.
86. So maybe I'd have to imagine that episode came out pretty early, unless Stacey Q was still popular. She didn't have any records coming out in the early 90s, but I don't know. I'm curious to find that episode. I'm curious to find it.
Yeah, I definitely remember that. And my favorite character is Steve, who plays the
boyfriend.
Voice. Yeah, Steve. Yeah. I only watched the first season of Fuller House. I do want to go back and watch the rest of it.
It was okay. It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that. I really like Full House a lot. Is cheesy and hokey as those music cues are, and then Danny Tanner has those speeches, especially when you listen to Bob Saget, and rest in peace to the great Bob Saget. The irony. I remember he exploded on like the internet around like 2009 or 10 on YouTube. Like, this is what Bob Saget's really like, because like he was a famous comedian, but I don't think our generation, or my generation for sure, which I think we're kind of the same generation, we really knew how vulgar and wild he really was. So I remember it just blew me away when I saw these clips of him doing stand-up. But one of my favorite episodes is like when Jesse and the Rippers have a hit that goes famous in Japan only,
Uh,
and they go to
yeah,
Japan to play, and
yeah,
they're going fucking
yeah.
crazy for it.
Is that where he has like dressed like a genie, like they're trying to change him up and
I
stuff?
think I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Or remember he was trying to open. Remember he was trying to. He was. What was the name of his club?
Smash Club, the Smash Club.
This. You remember he was opening up the Smash Club, and they were trying to design the place.
Mhm.
And there's like a bunch of toilets in the living room, and like you got to
Yeah.
pick a toilet. I'm like, in what world do they deliver a bunch of toilets
To the house,
and,
yeah.
and then he's like, I like the black toilet.
I know.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah, it's
That's
a good show.
stuff.
And then they'd have like you know, like the one where like the grandpa stays over and then he dies overnight. Like they would get like do you remember this? Like they would have like really like they'd get real in the 90s all of a sudden.
They
It's
would.
like, oh shit, yeah.
Going back to that's why I like Roseanne so
I was
much.
just gonna say, yeah, when I think of getting real, I think of Roseanne and Dan punching the wall because Aunt Jackie, she's changing, and you know,
her
you can see
boyfriend beat her and he saw
Mhm.
the scars. But that was
Yeah.
the scene where they had the fight and Roseanne's just throwing shit on the floor, and then
Mhm.
Dan flips the table and breaks the TV. Roseanne didn't she throw the Godzilla toy at the TV? Like that's a double no-no. I remember that. And then the fact that Dan cheated on Roseanne, like to me, that is like I feel like you know how in The Office John Krasinski course corrected and they
yeah,
were gonna make Pam
they were gonna
cheat.
make him, yeah.
Now, honestly, I would have flipped it. I much would rather have seen them break up because I love dark endings. But in Roseanne's case, I never thought that should have happened. I
Mhm.
really don't. I really don't. It killed me. It killed me that Dan did that. She took him back though.
Yeah, and now in the Connors, he's married to Peggy Bundy.
Really?
Yeah.
You got remember? You see, I think they put the show on Netflix.
It is.
But
it is on Netflix. Yeah.
I've been open to you about this. I have nothing against the show. It's just, and I'm not going to get into the politics if you even want to call it that of Roseanne selling the show off. The fact of the matter is the show is called Roseanne for a reason, Cody. The cast is great, but whose show was it? It was Roseanne's show. That being said, I need to watch the Connors because I'm a John Goodman mark. I just want it to come out on home video. I don't think it's come out on home video.
Nothing.
Don't you think it should or will?
Absolutely. So they have like I think 3 or 4 more episodes of this season, and they don't know if they're renewing it or not. It's probably going to be canceled just because they don't like to give shows endings anymore.
Well, how long of it's what, the 5th season?
This is 5th season, yeah, for a spinoff. That's pretty good. And Christian, I will tell you this, and I'm sure people will probably won't agree with me. You don't miss Roseanne in this show. You don't. And
you don't know me that well.
No,
I'm kidding. I hear you. I hear you. Of course, it's still good. You got Laurie Metcalf. You got John Goodman. It's just I was the biggest Roseanne fan. I mean, she was always my favorite character from the show.
You know what I'm waiting for, and well, they only have a couple episodes left, and I don't think they're going to do it. They need Tom. Like, why don't they have Tom Arnold come in and do like everybody else has come in and made cameos from the old show? No Tom Arnold.
I think he's got a lot of personal stuff going on with his kids and his mental health. I remember seeing an interview. He's gone through a lot of dark stuff. I think he had bad drug problems. I don't know what he's like now. Hopefully he's okay. I love Tom Arnold as well. Remember that episode of Roseanne where Roseanne tells Dan, Tom's not his name in the show, I don't think. But he gives I
feel like it might be Arnold. Is his name Arnold?
Something like that. But there was this episode where she thinks he's making a pass at him because he gives her a big hug and kiss on the cheek. And then Dan doesn't care. He's like, what's the big deal? And then at the end of the show, you see Tom Arnold doing it to Jackie, squeezing her. And then she was kind of upset, like, damn, I thought another guy wanted me, but he's just like, he just grabs everybody. And Dan was just like, I told you, like, what's the big deal? Anyway, go ahead.
Dude, and you know how happy I was to see when the first horror movie I ever saw in theaters was Scream 2. And as soon as I saw Jackie, I was like, oh my gosh.
Laurie Metcalf is one of my favorite. She's unhinged. So to me, she pulled off being crazy in Scream 2. I love Laurie Metcalf. Big fan of hers.
Yeah, her daughter is on a show now called Young Sheldon, plays the mom.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, Cody, let's go. People are already raising hell. They want to see another box set.
Got some Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock.
Do you remember Fraggle Rock? This is like
this was a puppet show, right?
Yes, it's the good old Jim Henson. So they lived underneath this house, in Fraggle Town,
Okay.
and it was just a fun show. This was like kind of towards the end of like, or this is probably I was really little when this was ending.
Okay.
So this was before your time and almost before my time. But my sister really got me into it. So that's why I watched it. But yeah, and these are like the old school.
Any famous voice actors in these that I would know?
I don't know. Probably just like the normal, like probably like a Fred Decker or something. Or Fred Decker. Just like the normal people who like,
yeah,
like the normal Jim Henson people. So it was a pretty cool show, and it lasted,
very
four
cool,
4 or 5 seasons.
Very nice.
This is a fun show. I think I saw some of that.
Slip covers.
Slip cover back in the day.
Look at that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is like 2000. Oh, dang. So this was 2009 is when this came out.
Okay.
But the show this season was 1983.
Oh wow.
So that's way before my time. But just because it's before my time doesn't mean I don't watch it.
Right. Very cool. Fraggle Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, Fraggle Rock's a fun show. And I think I saw that there's like a cartoon version of it now on like Amazon Prime or something, like a new.
I wouldn't doubt it.
A new thing.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And this one, so I don't like the man, but I sure in the hell love the show. Cosby Show 25th anniversary.
Didn't it? Cody, we can have an honest conversation about this. I mean, let me ask you this, right?
Uh-huh.
Are you able to separate? You're able to separate the show from what he did?
Oh yeah, I fucking love this show. But man, you go back and watch this, and you were like, "Oh, there's an episode in here where Bill Cosby makes special barbecue sauce." He says, when you eat this barbecue sauce, it makes the women do crazy things. And I'm just like, that didn't age well, Mr.
Right.
Bill Cosby, And he's a gynecologist who has an office in his own home, in his own basement. So it's kind of like there are a lot of different things where you're just like,
he was a gynecologist?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember the wife was a lawyer.
Mm-hmm. He's like a gynecologist.
Wow. That doesn't age well.
Mm-mm.
I hear you, man. Like as a kid, I can't tell you how much I loved the Cosby Show.
Oh,
and you remember?
Yeah, Bill Cosby was a hero, man.
I used to walk around the house saying, "This is the best elevator music I've ever heard."
And do end up. Yeah, like
that needs to be your new intro.
Oh, dang, that's the perfect picture right there.
Look at those outfits.
The pudding bobs. Even oh man,
is he in prison or did he get out of prison?
He was released for I don't know what for.
You know who was good in that show? He had really good timing. Was the son?
Yeah, Theo.
Theo had his comedy timing and his facial expressions. He would never crack when like he was really Theo was really, really good. And tell me I'm lying, but I swear to God, I remember a very young Adam Sandler showing up in the Cosby Show.
It was his first show. Adam Sandler. He played Roach. I think either him, because I know I want to say his name was Roach, but that could be somebody else from Martin that was on the show as well. Cole from Martin was on it too.
How funny would it be, Cody, if you were doing like a thing where you were gonna try to get sometimes you see Adam Sandler come out of like a Starbucks and he's wearing his Adam pants. Hey Adam, can you sign my 25th anniversary Cosby Show box set?
He'd probably laugh. He'd either laugh or be like, "Nah, I can't do that." That's funny. Let's see.
Man.
Let's go over to right here.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Like, yeah, Cosby, there's no doubt he's a sorry sack of crap for what he did. But it's just a shame. You look at all the hard work. You had careers like Raven start there and others. And,
Lisa Bonet, man, I had a huge crush on her back in the day.
Was that the oldest daughter?
The oldest daughter, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Who was married to Lenny Kravitz for a while.
Kravitz, yeah. I think there was something about like you start to look like the person you date, and I remember she had like dread. I don't know if they were dating at that time, but I remember I think back to the show, and she gives me a Lenny Kravitz vibe.
Yeah, and her daughter was in the new Batman as Catwoman.
Yeah. What is this?
Oh
my God.
I think I Love Lucy is one of the greatest shows ever made. And
Really?
it still holds up today. This show is pound for pound one of the funniest, and still is. I love this show.
When was Loot? Was it the 60s? The 50s. Because it was black and white. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'd seen the show, not every episode, but I used to catch it on Nick at Night the time.
Yeah. But yeah, she was so funny. Oh, I'm not sure. I don't like how these are housed at all.
Oh my God. Is that the biggest downfall with these, you think? It's just the
some
discs
of them,
are...
yeah. Yeah, like something like this, yeah, that's terrible. But like something like, that King of Queens, like that was just a lot of heart and soul put in.
They're in DVD cases and everything like that. Yeah. Full House is a good one too. I mean,
yeah, Full House is... Oh, and I did forget to show you this on the King of Queens. Even the front pops open, and it has like each season
index.
That tells you index.
Oh man, that is incredible. See, if I saw that I'd get that right away.
This is like I said, one of my favorite sets. Yes, it's not, I mean, it's a great show, but I'm sure people will look at other things and be like, there's something so much better. But you could tell that this was put together. Yeah, they put their time and effort into that back when they were doing that.
Great show.
And then I got something for the ladies here.
Okay.
Real men watch Gilmore Girls.
Oh man, I remember Gilmore Girls. Look at this. Like, what is this? What is this, like a makeup kit?
It's a dollhouse.
Jesus, look at this. Now, is this a WB show, Cody?
A CW. So
what? I thought
CW it is. Yeah, you're right. CW was UPN and WB put together. So yeah, and this is where like Melissa McCarthy got started.
Was this the show that had a bunch of drama with the cast, or am I thinking of another show?
That's probably Desperate Housewives.
Okay.
And then here's
no. I'm talking about behind the scenes.
I think Desperate Housewives was on the show. Look, like each.
Wow, man, that's pretty. They went all in on that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a big fan of Gilmore Girls.
I watched when it was on, I'd watch with my sister, and I'd be like, I don't want to watch this, but then I'm like sitting there watching every episode. Oh well, so when's the next episode? Like it was one of those things when I was a kid.
You said I'm sitting there like, oh wow. That is, hey man, they went all. Now, did your sister want you to buy that, or was that you just?
I think. Well, she bought it, and I bought it, so it was one of those things where it's like,
oh, you both got the Gilmore Girls.
We both have the Gilmore Girls. Yeah.
Very, very cool.
And then we got.
Oh man! Now we did a short on this, but yeah, I'm excited. Now, I thought this was your favorite show of all time.
It's one of my favorite shows, but it's not my favorite show. So if you want to talk about my favorite like live action multi-camera sitcom, it's going to be Friends. But this is in the top 5 for sure.
See, you don't strike me as a Friends guy. You strike me as a blue collar kind of show guy.
I watch Friends and The Office every night, like like it's what I like
to wind down.
To wind down. I watch Friends. I watch the same episodes of Friends on Nick at Night every night. It's just a show that was always there, like when I was a kid. So it was just like, and it was one of those things where like that and Seinfeld, where like you said earlier, like your mom would be like, hey, we got to do this. Dude, I was on vacation in Michigan on Mackinac Island swimming in this pool. But man, it was almost 7:00, and it was when Ross and Rachel were breaking up. We were all getting out of that pool, and we had to watch it in the hotel room.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm. And then here has all the seasons in here with slipcovers.
Oh, see, so this is going to be. Let's get an overview shot real quick of opening up the toolbox. Isn't this kind of a weird premise for a show? Like, I want you to describe the like you're pitching the show of Home Improvement. Like, Tell me what the show's about because it just sounds outlandish to me.
This is a father who is just an idiot. He thinks he's the ruler of the house, but it's really the wife that's keeping it together. And he has two sons that are somewhat like him, but he's just basically the main character is like this idiot, but he's a lovable idiot. And you know, he is a tool repairman, or he's a fixer upper, and he has his own cable show where he does stuff, and he has like co-host. It's great.
It's like it's like such a weird idea for a show, but see, this is an example of a box set that would make the physical media collectors of today happy because they're in individual cases. You know, there's a Friday the 13th appearance in this. Jensen DeGette from Jason Takes Manhattan does an appearance in Home Improvement. Yeah.
And guys, I checked this out like back when I was doing like the
20th anniversary.
Yeah. So this was a couple years, or this is 10 years ago, maybe.
Wow.
So anyways, this is still available for like $60 on eBay, on Yahoo, not Yahoo, on Amazon. So that's still it's still available, which I'm pretty shocked it is.
Let me see if it is on Amazon.
And then we got here. Ooh. This is a newer one too. This is The Big Bang Theory. For the Big Bang Theory fans.
So, all right. So when it comes to this show, this is a show that I would catch glimpses of, but it never grabbed me all the way. I feel like I really just need to start from square one.
I think you would really like this. I think this show made the nerdy things that we're into really popular and cool and funny. And then once Walking Dead came out, it made like horror cool for everybody. So
yeah. Now, who is your favorite character from? Because there's a Roseanne cast member in there.
Yeah. David's in here.
He's in everything, and he's kind of once he got to a certain age, he stayed that age.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and he's on the Connors once in a while.
Where do you rank? So what does this box set kind of entail of when you open it up? I mean, is it one of your favorites or?
Yeah, so especially for a new, because this came out in like 2020, so this is, I like this for the time. Like we're very happy. I'm very thankful to get something like this.
Yeah.
So
and it's Blu-ray.
It is Blu-ray, yes. So I do like it a lot. It's
did that show have a proper ending?
It did, yes. It had 12 seasons, man.
Jesus.
And then it had a spin-off show called Young Sheldon that's ending.
And that's the one where Laurie Metcalf's kid's in it?
Yeah, and it's funny because Laurie Metcalf is in in Big Bang Theory playing Sheldon's mom. So it's cool that her daughter can play herself younger. So
she's in every TV show.
Yeah.
Metcalf. Yeah. You know what show she was on that I liked, and unfortunately it didn't catch on? The Norm Macdonald Show.
Oh, I don't remember that. I remember watching it, but that didn't last long, did it?
Artie Lang,
man,
was in the show. Shout Factory put out the seasons on DVD. I gotta grab them.
Of Norman?
Yeah, the Norm Show.
Wow, that'd be cool to have.
Yeah, they didn't get a fair shake. They were put on. They kept changing the times around when the show would come on. They didn't have a good runner-up. They never had a good show that was popular before them coming on. They never really got a good shot. But then again, a lot of Norm stuff became popular years after it happened.
Yeah,
Norm was ahead of his time.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I saw him live. He opened up for Adam Sandler one year. And man, people would say that like because
I love Adam Sandler, but Norm Macdonald is a god compared to Adam Sandler.
So Norm Macdonald, he's like a comedian for the comedians. He'll go out on stage and bomb. He'll be saying jokes and nobody in the audience. There'll be 15,000 people not understanding what he's saying. But he walks backstage and David Spade's on the floor crying. Yeah, because he's understanding exactly what he's saying.
Dude, he got in trouble because he said the R word.
Oh, okay.
On Howard Stern about mental. It's a word used to describe people with mental problems. Mm-hmm. It was said in a ridiculous manner. Excuse me. He used the word. He said Down syndrome as you'd have to have. The joke was this. And I'm just repeating the joke for the audience. Somebody asked him if this was happening or did he believe this was happening, and he said on Howard Stern, who, mind you, used to have Ku Klux Klan members on the show all the time as a joke. On Howard Stern, he said you'd have to have Down syndrome to believe this. It's not really a funny thing, but he got in trouble for this, especially because the Norm show is about to come out on Netflix. He goes on The View to apologize and promote the show, and he completely tricked all the View hosts, Whoopi and all them. I'm urging everybody to go watch Norm on The View, where he says, when I said this, I realized my life was over and I just threw everything away. Every time he eats a mint, he's stopping himself from laughing, but all the cast members, all the View hosts think he's being dead serious, Cody. And then Joe Rogan talked about it later, like how Norm pulled the greatest bit ever on The View.
That's crazy.
Go watch it. It is, like you just said, his stuff is so funny. It's the comedians that are they're in tears laughing at it. I miss Norm. I think Norm was the best Weekend Update guy of all time.
Dude, he was fired because he wouldn't stop making jokes about O.J. Simpson. It's like, well, like
he was the best.
Yeah, because like O.J. Simpson was like really good friends with the NBC executive or something.
Yeah,
and they told him like, hey man, you can't talk about. I was like, it's Weekend Update. You're supposed to be making fun of what's current.
Dude.
That's
Nobody touched Norm Macdonald on Weekend Update. Nobody. Chevy was really good, but he didn't do it very long.
Yeah,
but he was. If you go back and watch Chevy, he was great. I still think Chevy's underrated as a comedian. People all they do is talk about how mean he was on Community. Oh, yeah. But dude, him voicemailing the director or the writer of the show where he played it in front. Did you hear that?
You said it in the group chat.
When if people listen to that voicemail at the very end, Chevy's insult to us, I've worked with funny people. You're not funny. You're okay. And he plays it for the crowd, and the crowd is in tears laughing because it's the funniest diss ever. Like, you're not funny. You're okay.
Yeah.
Well, long live Chevy, man. Long live Chevy.
Well, it sucks too because man, like I watched Community, but I don't really remember it too much. But
he was funny on that show.
Well, that's what everyone said. They're like, he was so funny, but he said that he didn't understand any of the stuff he was saying, and he just like, this is not funny, and he went along with it anyways. But he was so funny on it, and it's just crazy.
You remember when he sets 2 sodas down on the table? He's like, and then he thinks that the guy next to him's like, oh, nice. Oh no, he's both for me, and he pushes it back. Like it's subtle. Chevy, the timing of those legends. Yeah, man, like you can't teach that. Chevy, I love Chevy. I'm always going to be a Chevy guy over a Bill Murray guy. That's a different story. Let's continue, Cody. What else we got?
I do want to say, like someone like King of Queens. Like, you know how much physical comedy like
Kevin James had to do.
Kevin James, like he'd like do a flip over a couch and land on a broken table. No one's doing that now.
Kevin James his Netflix special was not half bad.
I don't know if I saw it, but
Don't Give Up, I think is the name of it.
Okay, I've seen him live about 2 or 3 times. Some with Ray Romano, dude. It was a great show in Vegas. It was like him, Ray Romano.
Are we going to see any? Are we going to see any Everybody Loves Raymond tonight?
No, I don't have it, but my grandma has it.
Okay, well you should go call grandma. Let's see it.
All right,
let's see this locker.
Yeah, man, this is
my eyes have been glued on that thing.
This is something
that's a locker.
This is a locker for the Wonder Years. So this show took forever to come out because of the music they use. They use all 60s music.
What would you do if
so like Led Zeppelin, all kinds of stuff was in here, and they couldn't get the rights to it. But this locker, man, it finally came out with all the original music in it, and then it comes.
Dude, that is incredible. That is the best box that I've seen so far.
A Wonder Years, yearbook. Here, let me
see if that's on Amazon. Said he's gonna kill me.
So yeah, it comes with like this, dude. So it came with other stuff that I didn't bring out, but it came with like a duffel bag and the soundtrack. So look, it's like a nice, cool yearbook of everything.
Dude, incredible.
Yeah.
No, that locker is long out of print, brother.
Yeah, man. And when it came out, it wasn't cheap.
So it's an 80s show and this is Fred
Fred
Savage.
Yeah, magnets that you
It's
put
an
on it.
80s show that takes place in the 60s.
Mm-hmm. Dude, and Dave Schwimmer, that's where he got his start. Dave Schwimmer was on it. I believe Matthew Perry. And then here are the sets.
Dude, look at that. Let's set that down for a second. Let's take a look at this.
I know some people don't like how you pull them out there, but look, it has the monkeys.
Yeah. It's not ideal, but I mean, I've seen worse. Oh, so those papers are the episode names and who's in them or something? Like what's under it?
Yeah, so it says season 3, disc 3, and just, the tree house. And then it says, it even has the original air date, February 20th, 1990. So it's cool that they give you the air dates and everything. And then down here is just, Arnold for The Who. So all kinds of
very cool. Well, so then, yeah. See, I watched a little bit of the show on Amazon Prime or whatever it was on for a little bit, and I really enjoyed it. And then it's just one of those things where I'm into the show, but for some reason something happens and I don't watch it for a couple of days and I just stop. But it's nothing against these shows, but yeah. So I was able to get I was able to get the Home Improvement set pretty cheap. I found somebody on eBay that had it for 48 buy it now.
Oh yeah.
So I got that, but that locker, as cool as that is, I don't think that's coming. When did you get that?
So when this came out, it was a big deal, and this was kind of later. I want to say 2017, 2018.
You got everything in 2017.
just because maybe 2015, but yeah, man, this is something that they've been wanting to bring out for so long. So when they did, there's this huge thing. Like I said, this came in a duffel bag.
You got the bag?
I do, but not with me.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like their gym bag. It's
do they let you set a lock on the locker if you want or no?
No, it doesn't even move, but still. It's still cool.
That's so cool.
And I love the logo on it. It has the logo.
See, Cody, what the audience is wanting to know, there's nothing wrong with your bathroom setup, believe me. But the audience, I think
they want to see.
I think the audience, they want to see when you do your videos some nice shelves, kind of like what Mel has, some nice shelves, and they want to see these gorgeous toolboxes and lockers behind you. We need to get you situated.
And unfortunately, stuff like this goes into a tote because there's no room for it and it's heavy.
Yeah.
So
that's so gorgeous. I mean, that's really, really cool.
Yeah. It's one of my favorites. Okay. Now this one is really heavy.
Is this the 30-pound?
It's close.
Damn.
So this is one of my all-time favorite shows, Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, wow.
All 7 seasons. And then
damn.
Have you seen the show?
A little bit, not much.
Okay. So, dude, people were
it was a culture changing show.
Dude, this was, I believe this was what was the dragon show? The Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
I feel like this was Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones. This show, man, you would have a main character die in season 3, episode 3, and you'd be like, what? That's the main character of the whole show. How is he dead already? And then also there'd be a new main. It was just nobody was safe in this show. Nobody.
Really?
And that's what I loved about it. You never knew if your favorite character was gonna live or die, and most of them didn't live. But anyways, they have the table they sit at. This is what it is. And I haven't seen this in forever.
Damn. There's a lot going on with this one.
Yeah, it's really cool. So this is the table that they all sit at and have.
Oh, wow.
Have meetings.
That is cool.
Sons of Anarchy. And
dude, they were putting out clothing for this show too. I used to remember seeing people with leather jackets with that on the back of their leather, and denim. It was,
dude, and then there's just more to it. It's just then that, and then they have the
this is a super fan release.
Yeah. Then it has the booklet.
Oh wow.
and then the discs are in there, I believe. Actually, that's kind of weird. Let me see what the
Is
discs.
that a rewatchable show?
Yes, probably not like all the time because you know what's going on, but it's one of those shows that was on FX. But you're like, am I watching it feels like you're in the movie theater watching something.
Really?
Like there's nudity. There's this. So I have not seen Breaking Bad, but I hear that this is I hear Breaking Bad is a little better than this.
I've seen Breaking Bad, and I would definitely say it's probably the greatest show I've ever seen.
Yes.
There are moments in Breaking Bad where I can't sit down watching it. It had me that edge of my seat.
Dude, I highly recommend this show. Man, I don't understand where these discs are. Okay, I see. They're on top.
Yeah, I can
That's
see
it.
the slits for it.
Yeah.
Wow,
I watched
cool.
I watched the show live and it was on. So let me see if I can put this back in here kind of real quick.
While you're doing that, what poster is that? Is that a
Death
what
Sentence.
is that? Death Sentence?
Mm-hmm. It's my favorite James Wan movie. It's Kevin Bacon, Kelly Preston, and John Goodman.
I haven't seen that Death Sentence.
It's my favorite revenge movie. And it's the director of Saw, so it's nice and gory.
Is John Goodman a bad guy?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
He's the gang leader's father.
Hell yeah.
So basically what it is his son is like this, like he's in high school and he's like this great hockey player, and they're coming home from a game and they're at the gas station, and one of the gang leaders has to kill someone for initiation. So they kill his son, and then they find out in court that he's gonna go away for like 5-10 years or something. So what's his name is like, you know what, I don't think that was him because it was dark. I didn't see him. I don't want to put an innocent person away for jail. Right. Then he gets released. So he goes out and hunts down all the gang members.
Yeah.
But it's very realistic. He's messing up all the time. They have a great one shot of parking lot scene. It's awesome.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool movie. All right, so we got That 70s Show.
Oh man, of course. What the hell is this?
So this is the DVD, and they actually have a Blu-ray version that's kind of like fluffy or whatnot. But
what is this? Like a trunk?
This is a stash box.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I like this show, Cody. I wish I connected with it a little bit more though. I do like it though, but it's not my favorite. But
yeah,
I know people love this show.
Yeah, I think it's great. I like it a lot. That's the seasons. I'll take out one of them.
Wait, was one? Let me see that again, because I feel like they used you see season 5. That's definitely like AC/DC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's different.
You know, the guy that's in trouble, that was on the show, his name was what's his name? The character's name?
Hyde.
Mm-hmm. I want everybody to go on YouTube and go to Google and type in Blue Oyster Cult Eric Bloom. Hyde is literally designed to look just like Eric Bloom from Blue Oyster Cult. And it's like it's funny just how identical he looks like him.
Man, this
same curly hair, everything.
And then this, you open it up like this.
Oh, it's like that damn pizza box from
Turtles. Yeah, and then they're in like little they look little record things.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When did Wilder Valderrama join the show? Was that season 2 or 3? Or
I thought he was in the whole show.
Was he in the whole show?
Yeah, he's in the whole show.
I liked him.
Did you ever? I never watched the new one that they had.
That 90s show. It's I don't know if it's. I didn't really care for it that much.
I remember they tried to do that 80s show and it didn't last long. Like back when that 70s show was still on, they tried to capitalize on that.
Oh, who was in that?
Actually, the girl from Not Another Teen Movie, the hot girl who was ugly because she had glasses, and then Dennis from I think Dennis from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Did it go a full season, or was it
it either went one season or half? It didn't make it past the first season.
You want to hear about the biggest television flop of all time?
Yeah.
The Art of Being Nick. Do you know what that is?
No,
Nick, the boyfriend of Justine Bateman's Mallory in Family Ties. You remember?
Okay.
You remember that? Remember him, Nick? Hey, remember that guy, the
Was it?
biker boyfriend?
Was he in a movie?
He was in My Demon Lover.
Yes.
The Art of Being Nick premiered on national television syndication around the world after Family Ties ended in late 1988. The show started, and the ratings literally did this after the first 5 minutes.
Wow.
And I think NBC was just like,
We're done.
done.
With this.
So it showed on TV one time, and then they said, we're done. No, we're canceling it. The show's finished. So I find that very interesting. The Art of Being Nick. It's probably on YouTube if people want to see it. I remember watching the episode, and it's just, no offense, but like, if they did a show called if they did a show with Michael J. Fox's character, or
it would have been more successful,
or even Mallory, maybe, because everybody loved Justine Bateman on that show. I mean, she was, oh man, she's gorgeous, and yeah, great. I love Family Ties. I don't know if they did anything wild for that show too, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I have the first season of Family Ties.
I have a box set of that. What else we got?
Oh, do you? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. What else we got?
So
that's Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. I have not seen this show.
I
know I'm gonna like it.
Cody, let me tell you something. I'll never forget when people would tell me, "Oh, it's the best show ever." I would roll my eyes because I'm a punk rocker. You know, I hate it when people tells me, "You need to see this. You need to see this." It really was the best show I've ever seen. What does that say?
I don't know.
Oh, I can't tell you. I know what that is. I can't. It's a spoiler. I can't tell you.
Okay.
Don't look at it. Don't look at
it.
No, it's only a spoiler if you've seen the show.
Okay.
Cody, when I tell you that is the most nail-biting, holy shit show I've ever seen, I wish you would just binge them and knock them out, because
I know I'll start watching it and I'll love it.
It really was that good. I remember my brother begged me. He said, "Just watch it." I said, I'm not into it. It sounds stupid," which I didn't really think it sounded stupid.
Comes with a T-shirt. It looks like a money T-shirt. Cool.
Yeah, I want that barrel. When did you get that? Did you just get that at Best Buy?
Yeah, when it came out, because it was a show where I think it started, and I was like, "Oh, I can't catch up and watch it," and then
yeah, it really caught on pop culture wise right at the end of the show.
Yeah. Oh man, and then it opens up like this, and that's where the house is.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love that. I'm telling you, dude. Anybody want a digital code? I mean, you're showing it on screen.
If it's, it doesn't have a date or 2016. It is. Dang, so
sorry,
this is pretty old. So yeah, it expired 2016. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, y'all. Yeah, dude, such a cool. That's such a cool box set. And those are Blu-rays, right?
These are, yes.
You know what? I've been trying to collect them. I have one, but you remember when The Walking Dead was coming out and they would do those statuesque releases? There's a couple more I want to get.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. I'm glad you got the barrel. I want that, but like I said, I'm only stuff like that. I gotta find it secondhand or used. That way I can get a deal on it, because it'll cost you an arm or leg. Very cool. Please watch that show. I can't.
Oh yeah, I definitely will. It's been on my list, but I know it's like I was like, I don't know how I'm going to put this all in one room, so it's like scattered all around this room. So you talked about, like The Walking Dead having those like little sets. Well, Seinfeld started doing that.
Oh my god!
So that's the puffy shirt from Seinfeld.
Wow.
So this is season 3 or 5 and 6.
Look at that. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then it came with like a little notebook here, and then how
that
it's,
is
like
something else.
The normal. But the thing that sucks, so the show lasted 9 seasons, 9 or 10 seasons, and they stopped doing this with season. This is season 5 and 6, so they stopped doing it, and then they just started releasing the normal, just that. So it was like, oh, okay. So I stopped getting them like that because I knew when it was done, it would come out with something big. Here's seasons 1 through 3.
What's on that one?
It comes with like,
oh man, dude, I've never seen these before. Wow.
Yeah,
I just missed the boat on all this stuff.
The boxes are cool.
This is
one of the greatest shows ever too.
What's her name? Julia
Louise Dreyfus.
Dreyfus.
Yeah.
Is that the Jaws guy's kid?
No,
That's
but
just
it's not Julia. Yeah, she's not related. Have you seen the show?
not top to bottom, but yeah, of
Oh, man.
course, I've
Dude,
seen the show.
I think you would love this show.
I have. I say I haven't watched the show first episode to last. I grew up watching it, that sort of thing.
So a little ketchup and mustard and then
You could presumably use
playing
those
cards.
if you wanted to.
Yeah, and real napkins, dude. Real freaking napkins.
Oh my god!
And then playing cards.
That is so cool.
See, when I get stuff like this, I always keep it together. I don't use them,
Right.
Which I know some people are probably, why aren't you using those little napkins? So, I got those, and I stopped. I stopped getting it. I stopped getting these after they stopped doing these chunky things.
Right. Did they make a nice release for Seinfeld? Oh, you got it.
Jerry's refrigerator.
Oh my god. What the hell is in this thing?
So here's the back of it. That's all the stuff it comes in.
Yeah.
I think it said, what did it say? I was reading something about 42 discs. I don't know. 32 DVDs on this. Again, DVDs. So it's been so long, I don't even know how to open these things anymore.
Jesus.
Here we go.
This is incredible.
It opens up just like a
fridge.
Yep, just like a fridge.
It's got magnet doors.
Magnet doors.
Yeah, I can see they keep trying to close.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, look at that.
And then this is
They even got the stuff on the doors on the side, like he would have in the refrigerator.
Ice cream, some peas.
That is great.
Milk. Here's some magnets. That's from there. There's like the rye bread.
Yeah. Wow.
Let's see here.
Damn. I didn't think you had all this stuff.
Oh yeah. And then here's where the movies are at. Dude, that looks like high quality. Dude, this is this feels leather.
Really?
This is
nice. I was saying it looks nice.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've opened these. And the discs. So all the discs are in here.
Damn,
and like
dude.
the jewel cases.
Amazing. Incredible. What was that thing going on online a few weeks ago? Something about like they're gonna add the Seinfeld, or is that just fake?
So I think what it was, Curb Your Enthusiasm. I think they did like a reunion episode on there, like they were filming a new episode on the show, kind of thing.
But they're not doing more Seinfeld.
I don't think so. I don't think Jerry wants to. I think Jerry wants to end on a high note, and then here's a book with. I don't know if you watch the show. He Kramer has a coffee table book, and it turns into a coffee table. And I think this is the Seinfeld coffee table book.
That's so cool. I need to watch that show again. I loved it as a kid.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I know
that.
But yeah, it smells nice. when you open it. It's like, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's a really nice one. Oh,
you got more?
I have
more. This turned into a podcast, ladies and gentlemen. After an hour, it's officially a podcast.
You asked me how many I had. I was like maybe 10. Man, when I was pulling out some of these, I was like, dude, I forgot I had this. I forgot I had that.
That's fine. The audience loves it.
Yeah, hopefully they find it interesting. I don't know if many people are like interested in like sitcoms and TV shows anymore.
I think they are, especially for our age, and actually I say our age. I think a lot of younger people are finding these shows and they're saying, "Oh, this is what it was all about."
Yeah, And now, okay, I got 2 more here.
All right, hit me. What the hell is that? Oh, Dexter. Now,
Mhm.
what do you mean when you say the show went away and then all of a sudden it came back?
So it ended. The TV show ended, and then 10 years later they had one more season.
What's that all about?
So people didn't like the way this series ended, so they did one more season to kind of end it better, and I don't think people like it that way either. But I enjoyed both ways.
Well, you can't ever satisfy these goddamn people, though. You know what I mean?
Especially when it comes to series finales for last episode, for like huge shows like this, like shows like Seinfeld. When I was a kid, I hated the last episode of Seinfeld. I was like, this is stupid. Now that I watch it as an adult, I was like, that's smart. That's a really cool episode. But people didn't like it.
They hated Game of Thrones ending too.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I've never seen Game of Thrones, or else I'd probably have that with me. But yeah, have you seen this show?
No, everybody tells me it's up my alley.
This is a great show. So when Dexter would kill people, he would kill bad guys.
Spoiler alert.
So
No,
when he kill people, he would take a piece of he'd like cut it they're like underneath their eye and take blood and put it on a blood vial, and then he'd put it in one of these, and then he'd stick it in his vent. So he'd have all these blood vials of all. So it was his trophy of all the people he killed. So
what's the premise of the show? Is he I thought he was a doctor.
No, what he is, he's like a forensic investigator. So he's like somebody who take pictures and stuff and like splatter, like all the blood splatter. So he's good at the cleanup, and so he'll like go to crime scenes, take pictures, and like analyze the crime scene and stuff like that. But what he would do is when bad guys would get off, he would go kill them. So he would have like rules that he would follow.
Oh, he's a vigilante.
He's a vigilante. So whenever like a child rapist or a child murderer got loose, he would make sure that person was guilty, and then he'd go kill him. Wow. So dude, like Peter Weller is on the show. Peter Weller,
he's not really.
Yeah,
RoboCop.
He becomes like he's like a private investigator that catches on to him in a season. He's also in Sons of Anarchy, and he also directed like 12 episodes of Sons of Anarchy. Wow. So, and then it came with this little book.
I hear people talk very highly about Dexter.
Dude, Dexter is so good.
Was that guy in Supernatural?
I don't know.
Maybe I can't remember.
But yeah, it's a great show, and this is a great set.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Now we get this. This is one of my favorites.
Is this the main event, or
for me it is, but maybe not for other
people. I mean,
is
this the last one?
This is the last one. Yeah.
Okay, is this the main event?
This is Friends.
Friends? No, what the hell is that?
This is wood.
It's the whole city. It's a New York.
It's New York. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Where the hell did you get this?
When it first came out,
the Warner Brothers store.
Yeah.
Jesus.
This was at Best Buy. Every season right there.
What is that glass? Is that some kind of fiber glass?
Yep, fiberglass, plastic, with all of them on it. Yeah.
Who's the greatest character from Friends, and why is it the guy that likes to eat?
Dude, they all play their part. When growing up, it was all Joey was my favorite. But man, Chandler, he's so sarcastic, and then you got Ross. I relate to Ross more like in later seasons. Dude, there's a scene where he like gets his teeth whitened and they're glowing in the dark, and he's going on a date, so he doesn't want to show his teeth. It's a great episode. There's an episode where he wears like he gets tan, so he's like really, really tan. And then there's like an episode where like he's wearing these he wants to be cool, so he wears these leather pants, but he starts sweating, so they like shrink on him, and he takes them down in the girl's bathroom, like at this girl's house in her bathroom, and he can't get them back up. So he's like trying to lube it all up, it's a great scene. I love it. I highly recommend this. I think people are getting tired of it to where they're just like, oh, I'm so this isn't that great of a show, but it's one of the greatest shows. I watch it to relax at night.
Let me ask you this. Let me say this again. I'll see this box set. I'm asking about this respectfully because the gentleman has passed on. But I think Matthew Perry, I believe, is the actor.
Yeah,
actor's name. He talked about he was smoking crack and doing dope while he was making the show?
Yeah, he said that there was like 3 seasons. He doesn't remember. Like he said, like season 4 to 7. He doesn't remember any of it.
How many seasons did Friends have?
10, and they went out on a high note. It was one of those things where they got to 10, and this was the first cast that where they're like, hey, we're all gonna get equal pay, and they all got paid $1 million. The last season of the show, they all got paid $1 million an episode.
An episode? So they could do that. They presumably could have done that show and just retired.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, they're all set for life.
Damn. So let me see the back of it again. I want some people to see it. It's got the insignia of the New York skyline.
Skyline, yeah.
Look at that. Now,
I'm
do you
a
remember,
huge.
what is something like that set you back? Just I'm asking respectfully, like because I'm, you
So
know,
this was back in the day. So this was probably 120, maybe
and
100. 10 seasons in this. Now would probably, if this were to come out now, this would be $250, $300 probably.
I always like Courtney Cox.
Yeah, Courtney Cox is. It's a great show. I love it all. It's all good.
Yeah, that's really cool. So tonight, I think the winner. That's a really nice box set. You know, you got to get that out of the tub, man. What do you call it? They get them in the Tupperware tubs.
Yeah.
We gotta get you set
This
up.
is actually out. This is actually on my my night, not my nightstand, but it's like on. I
You got your emergency friends. We got to get you set
on
up.
my
Dude. You
dresser.
got these are gorgeous. I think people would love to just see these.
Mhm.
You know, man.
Yeah, man, it's been a while since I've looked through these, so it was cool. It was cool to see these things, man. So I'm glad you asked me to do this.
I'm glad. I appreciate you coming on the channel to do it. I mean, give me your top 5 TV show box sets that you have.
Box sets?
What's number one? And you and it could be whatever your criteria is. It's because you love the show, or it could be because the packaging is just so cool.
So it's gonna be Friends, just because it's great. Then King of Queens.
I thought that was gonna be your number one because you're gonna say, you know
Yeah,
what, it's just done so well.
Yeah. Well, okay, yeah, you're right. It would be King of Queens. Just because, if I'm not thinking about the show, it's gonna be King of Queens just because it's the box set is just
And you love
amazingly
the show.
done. Yeah. So King of Queens and
I mean, the friend there's a formality, there's a formalness to the Friends one that's like it's very high end, it's very metropolitan.
So let me take the Friends out of the whole top 5. So let's take Friends out just so I'm not biased because I'm gonna want to judge it on the show. So King of Queens, The Locker for the Wonder Years.
That's my favorite.
The Refrigerator from Seinfeld, and then the Toolbox from Home Improvement, and then probably I like the Blood Vial from Dexter.
Yeah. See, I want to watch Dexter now. It sounds like a cool idea for a show.
I think you're gonna really like it. You're gonna really dig it.
Is it real suspenseful?
It's one of those things where it's like you watch one episode and you're like, okay, I can fit in another episode, and you watch 3 more, kind of thing. But that's how Sons of Anarchy is too. Like those shows that capture me, which I know that's how Breaking Bad is going to be.
Oh, yeah, dude, that is so cool. I really appreciate you coming on and letting us look at all of these, man, because I said, well, I think Cody's got a few that are really cool, and they're those premier collector's box sets, but I didn't know you had that much. So, I mean, I think the audience got a lot more than we bargained for with that, man. It's a incredible collection you have.
And unfortunately, these things are a dying breed, man. They just don't make them anymore because people, they watch it on streaming.
Yeah, I mean, I was excited when The Walking Dead came out last year.
That was nice.
I got that, and yeah, man. And I quite frankly, I can't say I can't agree with you in a judgmental way because stupidly I wasn't aware, and I don't think it would have mattered even back then for me. For some reason, I just wasn't into it. Now I look back and I just look at them as I look at a lot of those releases as like kind of like lifetime achievement awards, right? Because they're so cool. It's just like, hey, if you're a big fan, this is kind of like a trophy to say,
yeah,
it's it's the real deal, So So, Cody, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Guys, check out Dude Who Loves Movies on youtube.com. And you got anything coming up, man? I mean, you got it'll be 4 days before you get done putting all that back up.
I know. I'm looking at all this stuff. I was like, man, I still got that whole Sons of Anarchy thing. I pulled apart. I got to put back together. I was like, it's going to take me a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I have a Scream Factory review coming out. I bought him. It's The Orphan or Orphan. So I'm gonna check that out, see what it's like. Oh, I've seen the movie, but I don't see if it's a better version of the other Blu-ray I have. So
Right.
I might do a video on that.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, dude. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching this. Like I said, drop your favorite sitcom below. Cody's going to give you the thumbs up or thumbs down. And if you get the thumbs up, awesome. If not, he'll probably block you. No, he won't. He won't. But I think it'll be fun. Cody's going to judge your favorite sitcom. So thank you guys so much. We love you. Have a great rest of your day. Take care. Huge, giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind-the-scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.